everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Fasten your seatbelts for one of the great divisional rivalries in the NFL. This is the first of 2 games between these teams this year, and you know it's going to be entertaining. It's the Titans going up against the Texans. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their third-year QB out of Oregon, Marcus Mariota.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Second down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
One way to get recognition, partner, make some big plays. Bernard McKinney was only put in the NFL last year with at least 100 tackles and 5 or more sacks. It's a big, long linebacker in the middle, but boy, does he have the ability to...
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. In his 10th year, here's Brett Kern to punt this one. Back deep for the Texans, Will Fuller. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans take possession. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be brought out by their rookie QB, the former Clemson Tiger, Deshaun Watson.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
He's got Fuller. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Watson. So that one incomplete there. defensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Let's go, let's go. Come on.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. A look at the defensive starters for Tennessee.
One of the areas of need for the Tennessee Titans in 2017, an elite safety. So they went out and signed Jonathan Cyprien from the Jacksonville Jaguars. I expect them to pair him with Kevin Byard, a rookie in 2016, and provide a strength for a defense that's looking for help down the middle.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Here we go.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Let's go. 1, 9, 1.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Bryce McCain. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. And that was a young punt, the rookie being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field, where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
The Houston Texans in 2016 on defense defied convention. Why? J.J. Watt missed most of the season, so you would expect them to struggle a little bit. But in fact, this was the #1 overall defense in the NFL. They stopped the run, forced teams to throw the football, and really got after them with a terrific pass rush.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a give. This is Murray. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
A swing pass caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. A first down carry now for Miller. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with the...
Lamar Miller, he's at the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
A touchdown apiece here in this first quarter of play. 7-all is the score. We're back to Houston in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
False start, offense.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for 12 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
You know what's really hard for a big-time running back? It's patience. Being able to hang in there when the runs aren't there, when you're taking some hits early in the game. This drive, oh, he's come alive, and in a big way, now he's starting to gallop.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Delaney Walker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon. And they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was the prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
Now here's Suck about to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Throwing on third down, Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They are going for it. Here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Suckup for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what there's.
Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And right now we spotlight DeMarco Murray. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Mariota now on second down. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To the air again. Mariota throwing the out route and complete. It's Walker. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Going with a screen for Murray. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now before this first down timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll throw again. Mariota. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
That is caught at the 7. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Mariota again. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Working out of the gun, Mariota under pressure again, and down he goes again. Whitney Merciless in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And Suckup will put this one right through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
This is fielded at the goal line. Powers through. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before the break. Watson caught left side Hopkins. And they're going to get this one all the way up to the 35-yard line. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Texans are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Titans have come in and look good as the road team, and will just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Offense now with the shot after the pick. Mariota to the first receiver selected in this year's draft, Corey Davis. And he's going to go 32 yards for the score as they take a 7-0 lead. Texans now late in the first quarter. Miller's able to get clear of the defense, and he'll go in for the score. We're brand new at 7. Titans on 2nd and 7. Walker's by himself here, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. Titans up by a touchdown. Midway through the second quarter. Here the throw is hurried and picked off. Morgan's the one who would run it back for the score as they go out in front 14-7. First and 10. Fuller's wide open here on the catch, and this play will go for 6. Now trailing by 7. So that's it for us. We'll go back now to Houston for the start of the second half.
Okay, Larry, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense, because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figure on the offensive side, they said, well, there is no adjustment. Until they slow us down, keep going at them, keep handing them the football.
On second down, here's Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here we go.
On third down, Watson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Time to look now with our spotlight at the quarterback, Marcus Mariota. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. 10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On third down, Mariota. And some space here. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And the Texans scoop it. There he goes, left side. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold it, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll run it left side with Murray. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. That was second down run for Murray. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
A play fake to Murray. Now Mariota. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game. Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So So they had great field position, but a three-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a three-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
To throw is Watson on third down. It's complete to Fuller. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Shrugs him off, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's fourth and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the Titans getting set to go. Wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Texans on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Come on, let's go.
Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Found his target. It's Anderson. Give him 22 on that one. And it'll give the Texans a 1st down. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Single, slot. Hey, running out of it.
He'll look to throw. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now, before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The Texans on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Texans, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.